G'day guys, welcome back. It's been some time since I made an episode about the boat. I know the last episode that I did was about the exterior of the boat, and I did promise back then that I was going to do the interior. Bit by bit we were doing a bit of work on the interior. Wasn't set up until just recently. Now I would say 95% of it is done. I'm quite happy with everything that I have within this boat. I don't know where to start. I mean, yeah, let's just start from the stern and then we work our way towards the inside. I'll tell you the additions that I did to the inside of the boat, what I like, what I don't like, what I think it could improve in. So yeah, let's begin. This is by far in my opinion, the best area in the boat, which is the stern. I do a lot of fishing around this back part of the boat. 90% of the time our fishing is basically done through the stern of the boat. This seat, to me, just looks stunning. Now, the story behind this is that if you look at the carpet, you can get this sort of carpet pretty much, anywhere in eBay. They're not that expensive. They're about $70 to $80 a roll, and then you basically just measure and you cut them yourself. And these are the first lot of carpet that we bought. We did this hand cut. As you can see, a lot of those cuts are uneven. They're not greatly sort of cut, but this was the first batch that we did. So then, quite remarkably guys, my brother did his own research and he set up his own machines, where he set up basically his machine with all his laser cut, computer graphics and whatnot, and he came up with all these. And as you can see, all those cuts are really professionally done. And these are just his new work. I mean, like, he's never done this before in his life. So through his own sort of effort and time and research, and he managed to basically set this one up. Here's another, and the latest edition. How awesome is that? Now, as you know, I love my fishing, yeah. And the reason why I got this boat is I think it's so versatile. I can actually relax on the inside, and at the same time I do my own fishing as well. Now, towards this very back, with all these seats and happening, is that they all have these sort of cushions attached to them, and I just can't be bothered sort of taking it in, taking it out, during fishing and during just leisure outing. So I've decided to basically take all the cushion out and keep them at home, and if one day that we as a family decide to have a day out, that's when I'll sort of bring them in. But this is the reason why he did all this, my brother did all these carpet sort of cutouts, so it gives a bit of cushioning when we do sit down with it, so during our fishing time. So yeah, so all these are basically the boxes that I opt for, and I put all my fishing gear and all the safety gears, life jackets and whatever, it's all in here. Yeah, it's a great addition, I think, towards the boat, and we still have more room underneath here. A pull-out shower towards the stern. These are not really great, for the simple fact that it is not retractable. So sometimes the hose basically gets stuck onto the inside. You just have to sort of shove it in. So it's not a great build, but it's functioning, it's working, and it's a great addition to the boat. She's not big, but it's spacious compared to my old boat. It's a two and a squeeze in sort of you know, 4 people berth. This actual forward berth is where we take naps whenever we need to. There's a fan, helps us with the circulation. There's another fan towards the galley as well, or the cabin inside here. I've opted for the Garmin 8410 XSV, which is a 10-inch with a 10-inch screen and a Fusion Bluetooth radio. Carpet, the one with the stripes, are the first lot of carpet that we got off eBay, and we cut them up ourselves. Again, all this uneven sort of cut, as we are very inexperienced, I think, in doing that. And towards in time, like I said, my brother did his own research and he made me this cutout as well. So I'm gonna put in his details within this video, so you know, so everyone who watched and wanted to get their carpet done on their boat, even, you know, just for a simple sort of ruler, you know, it can be done. So I'm going to put his details so you can contact him directly. There's not much storage in this place, in this boat, so to store my gear, I've basically stored in the toilet compartments. I can fit a 1, 2, 3, 4 rod holders here. Look, these aren't my heavy gear rod holders. If I do want to do heavy gear fishing, it's something that I planned beforehand. I have to take the heavy gear from home, but 90% of the time I do my fishing, you know, light and medium to light sort of fishing, and these would cover 90% of my fishing time, and this is where I store them, so I don't need to sort of go back in and out from home. Everything is in here. I can just unhook the boat and I'm ready basically to go fishing. Yeah, the storage place for my fishing reel is at the bottom. Let me get it out for you. Put them in the bag. To some people it's not ideal, you know, they can't store their fishing rod and fishing reel together, but for me this works fine. If I do want to, you know, have a day out fishing, I come in here half an hour earlier, and that's just the fun part of it, you know, where I take out my gear, I set up the rig, I decide what sort of fishing I want to do, and yeah, I begin the day, but just towards the back of the boat and start rigging my my fishing gear, and that's just fun for me. What's the inside of the toilet? And it's just a handy sort of pump up toilet with a small sink. Having a toilet is something that I always dreamed of, you know, since I was with the old aluminium boat. Now, whether or not I should go for an electric toilet, look, time will tell, but so far I've got no complaints with the pump up toilet. Oh, and I forgot to mention that we've got more storage underneath these bunks. So yeah, I've got a table here which they're supposed to go towards the back cockpit there, but yeah, I just can't be bothered taking it back at the moment. But yeah, there's more storage there. Or apparently we can lower this table down, and she can convert into a sleeping quarters for 2 people. And all the cushions that goes on top of this table are basically stored underneath there. Still on the port side, we've got a fridge, very handy, with an ice cube tray. We installed the TV on the starboard side with my Garmin 2-way radio above it. Storage, and this is the new addition that a mate of mine actually put on. It's a plug there. These plugs basically, it's not here. It's at the bottom of the cabinet. So I thought it was a bit inconvenient. So he managed to extend and put the plug right at the top here, and it's Bluetooth controlled as well. I've always wanted a cooktop when I was in the old boat. Now I've got a cooktop, and to be honest with you, I haven't even used it. I think it is a waste of money and a waste of space for this cooktop to be installed on this bench. And the gas cylinders bottles are basically installed there. Don't know how big she is, just probably, I don't know, 2 to 3 kilos I would say. Again, I've never used it, and it's not something that I don't think that I'll be using it anytime soon, to be honest. I think this cost me I think close to about $2,500. I think $2.5 grand to get her installed. I think it's just a waste of space and a waste of money to be put on. So I reckon a portable cooker is just sufficient enough. We have a sink top. Which is, I think, it's not standard, but it's something that I think is very useful, and I recommend to everyone to install it. This is the interesting bit, what's underneath the sink. I've asked someone to actually made a measure for me. It's made out of Perspex. It's been snapped before once by the installer themselves, so what I did was I just super glued it, put another layer of Perspex. This is by far the most wasted piece of equipment that I have on the boat, and look at it, it just takes too much space, and you know, I can't put stuff on top of it. So I spent a bit of money to basically trying to utilize this space. So I've come up with a cover of Perspex that goes on top of it. See, just Perspex, cut to measured. Not cheap, but I think it's well worth spending the money. So now I've got an extra sort of bench top on top of the stove. I can actually utilize this bench top, and it's just a lifesaver for me, guys. I think this bit of area, this small area, it's just so useful for me to put things on top. As you can see, I've taken up the coffee machine from the bottom cabinet, and I can utilize this space. Yeah, so I think that's about it, guys. That's about everything I think I have internally on the boat. If you have any questions, just drop in a comment underneath. I'm happy to answer it for you guys. In regards with the carpet, I will put my brother's contact number, and feel free to contact him direct. So until then, stay safe and see you in the next episode.